3.
What up, though? Hold on. You said, hold on. Wait.
What up, though, man? Y'all good? We don't want to hear that bull.
Man, what up, though? And welcome to another show, another episode. And we have a great topic for y'all today. But before we go ahead and get into that, we have our panel members here today. We got Jeff, No Chaser, is always in the building. Then we got Shay. She came back to grace us with her presence and to listen to these shenanigans. We have most of the time.
Yeah.
The one she kick out, but go ahead.
Wow.
And then we have a newcomer to the show. We have Jelon here. Jelon, what's going on?
Man, nothing. I got invited, so I just came.
My man said, I'm just here for a check. All right.
He came in and didn't know what the topic was. So, I mean, that's brave work. That's brave work.
I ain't mad at him.
Before we go ahead and get into these lovely questions right here, I got to ask y'all a question. Now, somebody had called me the other day and asked me a question that's supposed to be buzzing on social media.
It better not be the 100 men versus a gorilla.
100 men versus one gorilla.
Man, I'm staying my ass at home. Y'all fuck with that gorilla. It's gonna be a 99 man against one gorilla.
Well, hold on. So my friend called and asked me about this, and he said, "Well, what is your thoughts on this?" And I told him that he crazy as hell to think that 100 people could beat one gorilla.
I'm glad you said that.
He said that. Then this is his sentiment. He said, "Well, I'm gonna get 100 men. We gonna strategize. We gonna put 50 on one side, 51 on one side, and we gonna get that gorilla." And I said, "Bro, I don't care what you do. That's 600-pound gorilla. Ain't no way in the world. You about to fight a gorilla. There's no way."
Do he realize how tough a gorilla skin is?
Exactly,
Bruh.
The average human bite force will not break a gorilla skin.
Bro, it's not gonna happen. I told him the gorilla arm is gonna knock out 2.5 men right there.
Man, every time 4.
Like there's I don't care with nobody. There's no way.
Fuck it. You know what? Tell him to get it together, and I'm putting all my money on the gorilla. I want to bet. Let's do it.
I mean, you could drop them all. You could drop them all on top of the gorilla. I don't care what you do.
No. I'm saying I'm putting all my money on the gorilla for the gorilla to win.
But you know what? But I told him, I said, look, you're talking about strategizing. Ain't nobody. The question didn't ask that. The question you asked me was, can 100 men beat one gorilla? So you trying to put strategy into it. I'm thinking street ball.
Only way 100 men could beat one gorilla if there's weapons involved. That's the only way.
And that's what I was just about to say.
That's the only way.
But I don't see no other way.
Not with just regular hands and legs and feet.
No.
What? Nah, bro.
It ain't gonna happen.
The gorilla got it.
But for some odd reason, this is something that is big going across social media. And I just wanted to see what y'all opinion was. Jamal, what's your opinion?
It's possible.
It's possible?
It's possible. You got to think, a gorilla can't focus on all 100 people at once. So
he got 4 hands. His feet is like hands.
Yeah.
But the thing is, y'all looking at it as a gorilla's strength and size. A gorilla is the same height as me, depending on what kind of gorilla it is. And a gorilla could be the same size as you, depending on the weight.
All gorillas trying to say? Hold on, wait a minute.
All gorillas not 600 pounds, like you said. So, and plus, most gorillas,
what about the strength? Strength difference.
The strength don't matter when you compare the strength of a gorilla to the strength of 100 men at once. That don't matter. But then gorillas don't know how to throw a proper punch. And plus, a gorilla's arm, it might be big, but at the same time,
it's longer.
If they don't. It could be long, it could be whatever, but you can't swing on 100 people at once. Even if 20 people go at the gorilla at once, it can't focus on all 20 at once.
So you will be a part of that 100.
I didn't say I'd be a part of it. I said it's possible.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just don't see the possibility because I don't either. I don't see a gorilla.
It was actually a silverback gorilla. That was the.
Oh, it was a silverback gorilla.
Yeah, it was a silverback gorilla. That was the whole thing. 100 men against a silverback.
See, that ain't what he told me. He just said gorilla.
No, all I've been seeing is gorilla. I ain't been seeing silverback.
Yeah. Well, the first one I seen was 100 men against a silverback gorilla, and I'm like, no, what? No, hell no.
Yeah, no.
Okay, do y'all think 100 men could take down a bear?
A bear?
A bear is more deadly than a gorilla.
You think so?
But
a bear is more deadly than a gorilla.
Only because you hear about bear attacks and stuff like that.
Right.
When a gorilla get a hold of you, bro, it's a wrap.
If a bear get a hold of you, it's a wrap.
You can survive a bear.
You can survive a gorilla.
I don't think so. Because the reason why I say you can survive a bear is because you curl up. They say you curl up and you stop moving. A bear be like, "Oh, I'm done with this motherfucker." A gorilla gonna be like, "It's a new toy. It's a ball. You go ahead and ball up." And he go play with you like a ball. You open up, try to run, he go knock you down. I don't think you'll be able to survive a gorilla unless the gorilla don't want to kill you. I don't think it's just not happening.
I ain't never heard somebody balling up and surviving a bear.
I
heard a couple of people survive a bear attack.
But there's a reason why, people don't go at gorillas and bears unless they have weapons and tranquilizers and all that stuff like that, because there's just no. If that was the case, and you put your strongest man up against a gorilla, it wouldn't be too much of a big deal, right? But everybody goes and they usually tranquilizers and all that stuff to subdue them. I just don't. I'm
not seeing it. I mean, a lot of people. It's a lot of different takes. I mean, try it. That's all I can say. Try it. Get 100 men. Go fight a gorilla.
So our producer ended up pulling something up.
Go fight a gorilla. And
I still got my money on the gorilla.
100%.
I got my money on the gorilla as well. So the producer ended up pulling something up, and it says, in a one-on-one fight, a human would almost certainly lose to a gorilla. So if you put 100 in there,
fully read it.
Well, I need to fully see it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's right there.
It says,
my eyes.
With a large group of humans might be able to overpower a gorilla through teamwork and coordinated attacks, a single human is no match for a gorilla raw power.
But see, that's where men fail. They don't come together or do no teamwork.
Even if they did, I don't see it.
But see, here's the thing: they gotta strategize.
Yeah.
I don't see them. I don't. Even with a strategize, even if they strategize, I still don't see it, because you got those guys that'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it," and when they get there and really see it, they be like, "Oh wait a minute, hold on, huh?
Stick to the plan.
And as soon as he get grabbed and he feel that power, it's over. It's flight or fight. It's fight or flight. I think it's gonna be a lot of guys in there like that. You might find maybe 60 guys in there that's going hard. Okay, cool, but I don't see it happening, bro.
I don't see it either, man. Hey, man, throw it in the chat, man. Let me know what y'all thoughts are. Do y'all think 100 men can beat one gorilla? Now, moving on into my next question before we get into here.
Before you do that, I could take out a gorilla by myself. 100%.
I believe.
Because he's the same size as one. He's just as tall as one.
Oh,
what that got to do with anything? That ain't got nothing to do with that.
Jeff can't take on no gorilla.
Myself. What?
You can't take on no gorilla.
I could take a gorilla out by myself. Just me.
Sure.
100%.
You
got it.
You talking about them drunken gorillas at the bar?
No, I'm talking about a real big gorilla, a silverback. I don't care what it is. I can take it out by myself.
No weapon.
Oh, well, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, then.
Let's not be crazy about this now.
But they didn't say the 100 men had weapon either.
We're not in church. No weapon formed against me. Shoot, I'm straight, boy.
So we're about to go ahead and segue into this chat. But before we do that, my question is one of the other hot topics that's happening, that's been happening over the last few weeks. What do you think about the Shannon Sharp allegations that are going on out there?
He ain't do it.
I don't know nothing about that, man.
I'm keeping it a buck. I like Shannon Sharp, but I don't believe in big ass age gaps and sexual partners. To me, that shit is nasty. There's no reason a 50-plus-year-old dude should be messing with a woman that's 19. Or 20. That shit is nasty to me. And I feel like he could find any woman his age. I don't see why he need to mess with an OnlyFans model that's 19 years old. But I don't think he sexually assaulted her. But all that other nasty shit, he probably did.
That's some bull. Because if you look at it, if I come to you for a service and I pay you for this service, if you tell me I can do whatever I want,
you can't be mad at the end of it.
You can't be mad because I've already paid for this service. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you saying you want him to put a big black baby in you.
See, exactly. He put a big black baby in it. It just wasn't a real baby. You know? So what how can you get mad if I told you what I was gonna do, paid you for what I was gonna do, and now you mad because now you want more money? Nah, man, stop playing. See, that's the problem. They keep running out here messing with all these females and paying them. Oh, he got money to keep paying me. So why don't I just get a nice lump sum? You ain't Anthony Edwards' baby mama. Stop playing. Just leave it alone.
So do you think that from the allegations that have come out, do you think that she has set him up?
Most definitely, 100%. Because this wasn't like their first encounter.
It wasn't. This is going to occur for over 2 years.
Yeah, so
I wait 2 years.
She waited until he got his big contract from ESPN. He got offered $50 million. So,
and guess what she want?
$50 million.
Oh no!
So my thing is, if we've been doing this for 2 years, I've been breaking you off, and wait a minute, 2 years. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Do the math.
Wait a minute.
And she just not saying that she 19.
Did y'all do the math? Like I just did the math.
I ain't think about it till you just said 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Wait a minute, hold on. But hey, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Lakers in 5. That's wild, bro.
So I did some digging, and I wanted to get your opinion first. So I did some digging to give y'all a little bit more information. So yes, it has been 2 years.
You found her OnlyFans?
Nope, he met her in LA at a gym, and she
was 17.
Supposedly they met when she was 22.
Where did 19 come from?
I don't know where 19 came from.
Oh.
From what, and this is from what I read. Okay, so this is, I mean, it could be a lot of misconceptions going on out there.
Right.
From what I read, she was 22 when they met back in 2023, and everything that occurred up until now into January 2025, he had her way with her, had demands of her, all this stuff, and he did something that she said no to, and that's where the lawsuit came from.
Now, my thing is this: we've been doing this for 2 years. I done that to you before then.
You had to.
I had to. 2 years?
Yeah, you had to.
If I'm breaking you off, why are you mad now? Only reason I can see you're mad now is because you're trying to stop sleeping with everybody else and just get this nice lump sum and sit well and be good. That's something that I can see.
Yeah, well, according to the reports, she said she said no to an act that was going to happen, and he proceeded on with the act.
If I pay you,
not to get too graphic.
If I pay you, and we've been doing this,
you already said yeah. Once you took that money,
exactly. Not only that, it could have been. I like for you to say no, or I like a little struggle, or I like a little fight back. You know what I'm saying? It could be any of that. If I'm paying you for that, then you should have said the safe word. I'm pretty sure everybody got a safe word. You should have said the safe word.
So if it's consensual between a man and a woman, and the woman is saying yes, and then eventually says no,
that's a slippery slope.
Okay. So if a man was in the same predicament and there were certain things that was occurring that the woman was doing to him,
so he wanted it,
and then if he said no, will it fall under the same bracket?
No. They say he wanted it. Just because his penis is up, they say he wanted it. But at the same time, not to be funny, but when a female get raped, she do get wet. That don't mean she want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That just means your body is reacting to an act that it knows.
Right.
That's all that is. If he did do something that they discussed and she said no to, that's a different story.
Right.
But if he did something that he's used to doing or have done once, twice, or 3 times, and he's paying for it, you can't really tell me no
and
if I'm paying for it.
And this is coming at the end of a situation that has went on for 2 years, so we don't know what all the other situations that occurred in those 2 years. This is only isolated to one event. Now, I'm not saying whether it was right or wrong, whether it happened or it didn't happen. It's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that the information that we're receiving is at the dead end of the situation. And here it is, May, or what the lawsuit happened in April, and I guess the disconnect happened in January.
My thing is this, bro. Why is it to where? Dang, that sounds so bold, but why is it that females could be like, "Oh, I said no" in the middle of it, and now it's considered rape? So now you about to fuck my whole life up because now you had a second thought, or you thought about your boyfriend or whatever. Now you're hollering rape. You can completely destroy my life.
Yeah.
But if I say, if I got a girl and then when I started, you sit on top of me and you start doing, and I say stop, I'm a bitch, I'm a hoe. Oh, you gay now, something like that.
Or I'll take it one further. If you are in the middle of intercourse and you're on top and y'all both had consensual and is unprotected, and you're trying to, and the guy's trying to pull out, but the woman holds him in,
and he still got to take care of that baby. Still got to take care of that baby. Yeah.
Is there a law or rule for that?
Nope. Yeah.
Because
yes, it is. I'm sorry. It is. It's called child support. No, am I lying? It's called child support.
Because now you didn't. Because what they'll say is well, you knew what was happening when you went in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the other way around.
No. Did you say yes at first, sir? Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Because
can you finish paying this child support now?
Yep. Because that does happen.
That's crazy.
To force a person to have a child that don't want to have a child.
Mm-hmm. Ain't no law against that. If the mother want to give up the baby, she could walk into a hospital and give up the baby. But if a guy say I don't want that baby, he still got to pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of double standards there, which brings us into our conversation about toxic attachments.
I got a toxic attachment.
So just think about some of the things that we had just talked about. Now, how would you define toxic attachment in your own words, Cheyenne?
Why you always pick on me first?
I don't pick on you first.
Yes, you do. Every single time. Every single time I come on the show, first. I'm first. No.
Ladies always first.
I don't like going first, though. Man, it's funny that, we actually talking about this. Because one of my coworkers, he dealing with a toxic attachment. Mm-hmm. And I know why you call on me first. Because of the conversation we had yesterday. You're petty.
That is
very much so.
Very petty. But in order for you not to be that toxic person, I was just explaining that to him today. Like, just let it go. Even though, like, she keep begging you to come back and things of that nature, just let it go. But far as like my own words of a toxic situation or whatever.
Damn, that was a hard one.
Because Jay is petty, bro.
Most definitely, 100%.
I'm not petty.
Just like keep going back to something that you know is not putting you ahead in life. Mm-hmm. And you know it's like this situation is just gonna keep
dragging you down.
Yeah, like keep putting you back. Like you want to take 2 steps forward, but you want to, it don't have to even be a relationship. It could just be anything in life. Mm-hmm. Just keep holding you back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my own words.
Yeah, what's in the past is in the past.
Shut up. Why? Why?
Jelon, your thoughts?
Honestly, I think it's more like anything that's sometimes it makes you feel good, but at the end of the day, it's not good for you at all. Like for instance, like a job. A job could treat you bad, right? Every time you threaten to leave,
they pay you more money.
They pay you more money. The money make you feel good, but the job, it leaves you tired and empty, and you want more, but they keep giving you more, so you settle for it. And it could be the same with a relationship. Somebody could sit back and say constantly, "Oh, I'll be better. I'll do this to make you stay." They make you feel good for a little bit, but then the same thing that stresses you out comes right back. And it's hard for you to let it go because at the end of the day, they make you feel good even after all the stress.
Facts.
Not bad for a young blood, eh?
Sound like you've been through a lot, my brother.
Jay, what are your thoughts?
A toxic trait, toxic situation.
You.
Dang. Dang. Your cousins,
You're right.
A toxic trait could be anything for real. Like he said, job, girlfriend, wife, cousins, any type of family member. It's but at the same time, it's hard, like you say, just get rid of it, just stop doing it. It's hard to just stop going to a person or going somewhere where your heart is. You can say, "Oh, I'm gonna walk away," but that organ that's right there, it's gonna take you back every time. Only because it might not even feel good when you're going back. You know what I'm saying? It might not even feel good when you're going back, but when you get there, you feel comfortable.
Right.
It's not even about. I don't think it's about love at that point.
It's what you used to.
Yeah, it's
comfortability.
You fall into a
routine.
Yeah, a routine. And once you fall into a routine, you get happy with this routine. And then when you bounce out that routine, it's like, oh, wait a minute, this is different. Hold on, what's going on? You got to adjust to it. Your body, your heart, everything got to adjust to it.
Yep.
But when you see that routine or that person again, and y'all get back to kicking it, it's gonna feel like y'all never missed nothing, and you can't really leave it.
Yeah.
So it could be anything, man. That's the crazy part.
That's a fact. I like all of y'all responses. Talking about from family to work to relationships. I mean that's tough, man. Like, toxic relationship to me is all relationships. It don't matter what the scenario is. Every relationship has a little bit of toxicity in it. Whether it's good, bad. There's some good toxicity.
I don't think it's good.
It's some good toxicity.
What is good toxicity?
Somebody can be really bad for you but have really good sex. Like,
that's not good toxicity.
Sex is really good, though.
That's not good toxicity. That's what makes you come back.
That's not good though. That's what I'm saying.
But the sex is great. Like, they crazy, but the crazy ones get the best sex. Like, that's why
you need to leave that where it's at.
No. And that's why people think
he's making the producer uncomfortable.
And that's why a lot of people is in the position they're in because they keep going back to that good sex.
That's
how you end up on child support.
Boom! I was just about to end with that. Boom! Then you have a kid. Then you have a second kid, and now you can't go nowhere because now you got kids with her. And you do leave, you paying child support for 2 kids. So what's the purpose of keep going back? None. Just I'd rather.
No, I'm joking. No,
boy, shoot. Go back old school.
All right. So I have a good one for y'all. So what is love bombing and how does it play in toxic
What
attachment
is
cycle?
love bombing?
Love bombing. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it, but
Really?
I don't know if I really
what
ever
that is.
Hey, boy,
experienced it.
love, my guy, that's my dog right there, boy. He be quick with it. Love bombing.
Y'all haven't heard?
Is that like
I've heard of it before, but I've never experienced it myself. So
What the hell is love bombing?
Yeah.
oh,
is that me?
No, it ain't you.
You sure?
So love bombing is a manipulative tactic where one person overwhelms another with excessive affection, compliments, and gifts in the early stages of a relationship to quickly build trust and dependence. It's a form of emotional manipulation.
I don't know about
So
the
it's
last
kinda-
Damn,
one,
is
but
that me?
right, that's what I just said. You talking about no? I feel like
I
I
don't
can't buy gifts now.
I don't agree
I think
with
we
that.
all might be. We might be
Right,
love
like-
bombers.
I don't agree with that because that's basically telling you.
You can't compliment.
Yeah, you can't
You can't
compliment.
give
You
gifts.
can't give gifts. You can't
But it
give no
says-
type of.
If it's too
physical-
much, then
Hey.
More so doing it like a lot.
yeah,
Right?
it
Like,
says
yeah,
overwhelm
right.
another.
What is overwhelming your woman with?
Say you first get what? Say you first got with your wife, right? But you with your boyfriend and girlfriend.
What?
No, y'all together and
Y'all
y'all only
boyfriend and
boyfriend and
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
I thought you said I'm with my boyfriend girl.
That's what it sounds like.
That's
You
like,
said.
hold on,
No,
bro.
he's saying they boyfriend and girlfriend. Y'all not married.
Right.
Say y'all just got together and you start buying her like 20 gifts off rip. That's what love bombing will essentially be. You're buying a lot of stuff when y'all just got together.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's just
But-
a love language,
But
isn't
that's
it?
Right,
but
I was about to
that's
say
what
that.
that's what they ask for in the front, anyways.
no,
I mean,
I don't know who you be.
what's the difference between
I don't know who
quantity
you be
and
with.
Right,
quality?
I don't ask
Like,
that.
well, quality. I would rather quality over
Yeah.
quantity.
So,
Me
so
personally.
that's what I'm saying. So
Would you buy a
if you're-
car for a
if-
first gift?
Oh no.
What?
Would you buy a
Mm-mm.
car for a first gift?
A car?
Yeah,
Yeah, I go give her a fucking Hot Wheel.
You got to get one of the big ones with the door that open.
Man, that costs too much. That's like $10. Huh?
So
Signs of love bombing.
so what I was saying, Jeff, is
That sound like a man.
so,
Right,
so,
paying for everything.
so
Wait
What
a
the-
minute,
what
it's
the-
women out there that do that too.
No,
Never met him?
I'm not saying it's not. I agree with you. It is. But what he's showing us, it sounds like a person that I understand if you if you like the second date and he bring shoes, dress, and stuff like that.
Or even a first date.
Like, whoa, like hold on, like that's too much. But if y'all let's say 3 years in and y'all in a relationship, you telling me I can't give my woman a gift every day or compliment her all day?
I mean, that's different because it's in like the early stages.
But
I mean,
that is still the early stages.
that's
Shit,
in
3
like
years.
3 years. That's not early stage. 3 years.
3 months is early stage.
Yeah, 3 years. I mean,
3
you got,
months is beginning. You still getting to know this person. I'm not gonna do none of this when I'm getting to know her. I'm not about to bring her no gifts or
So
no.
that means
But
don't
you,
love bomb.
so you
Right.
don't do it. You not love
I
bombing.
love bombing
But
the
what-
shit out of my wife.
But people talk about love bombing, like for men, but nobody talks about when women ask for, "Can you pay my rent? Can you?"
So women love
Yeah.
bombing
I
up
know.
front. Then
I mean,
So-
I don't think that's love bombing. That's begging.
well,
Hmm?
but
love
see,
begging then.
but see, I'm looking at grand gestures and gifts. So you asking me for a grand gesture or a grand gift by asking to pay your rent,
And that's 2
pay
weeks
your
in.
mortgage or whatever.
So hold on, man.
That's
Buy
2
you this
weeks in,
Birkin
too,
bag
though.
and all that stuff like that.
This
If we
question
2
got him
weeks in,
stressing.
if we 2 weeks in, okay. If we
That's
2
true.
weeks in,
Some women do ask 2 weeks in because her rent is coming up. And
That's
she like,
crazy.
dang, I really like this guy. I want to know if he gonna pay my rent.
That's
That's
not.
a grand
I
gesture.
gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all.
You did it before?
Me?
No, him.
Oh,
I was not in a relationship until my wife. So if you think I'm gonna put gas in your car to come to my house, you crazy than a motherfucker.
You gonna get an Uber?
I'll get her a cab to get the fuck out. But I'm not about to pay your rent. I am not about to take you out to dinner. I didn't do none of this stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't do none of this stuff. So when y'all say love bombing, that's why I'm like, that sounds like a typical man that do this stuff now that can't get a woman. So he's buying her. or it's a service called escort. That's all that is.
Shit.
That's all it is. So I mean, I love buying my wife shit.
I just think that this term is just being used. It's kind of just being thrown out and used for every situation because some people are being, not the guy being extra. I think it's just some people just being extra because they just don't understand or know what it looks like for somebody to desire you in a positive way.
Now is that the woman's fault though? Because she ain't been desired or she don't know how to react to a man that's really treating her like a man's supposed to treat a woman.
So then we can say that it comes from an
Her
unloved
experience.
single parent household.
That comes from her experience with people. Like when,
but you can't go in every situation
thinking that.
Yeah, saying, oh well, my experience is this, so I'm gonna treat this situation like my experience. If all of us stepped into a situation coming back from
the man versus gorilla.
Nah, I ain't gonna use that. But say all of us got different histories. Mm-hmm. If we all step into a situation carrying all our different histories, all our BS and all that stuff, we would never get nowhere because
correct. You can't compare.
You can't keep bringing your past into the future and saying, "Oh, I seen a guy like you before, so I know what you gonna do." No, you don't know what I'm gonna do.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now we basically saying, how the white folks do. Oh, he black. He's a gangster. He's still. Mm-hmm. He's what? No. So women doing the same thing that white people are doing.
Facts,
man.
Sheesh.
I'm gonna be good, bro.
You gonna be good?
Yeah.
You bypassed that already. So
I ain't never heard of that. Where you get that from?
I got another new one for you.
Hold on, where you get that one from? I wonder where you got that from.
I heard of it, but I never
heard it.
knew the definition of it.
Stuff, ain't it?
So I got another one that may that you may or may not heard of. Now, how can gaslighting distort a person's reality and keep them emotionally hooked?
No, gaslighting something.
It depends on how good of a gaslighter somebody is.
Gaslighting is.
It's basically okay. Like for instance,
personally, I like a manipulation.
You toxic.
You say you
I never
like,
said I wasn't.
You say you like manipulation?
Yes.
You like to be manipulated, or you like to do
I like to do the manipulation.
Okay.
I said I like to study cognitive behavior.
This motherfucker, you are not a scientist, bro. You are not. I promise you not.
I'm not.
Yeah, I couldn't gaslight nobody.
Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where someone makes another person doubt their own sanity, perception of reality, or memories. It is often a tactic used to gain control or can have a significant negative impact on the victim's self-esteem or mental health. One time.
Oh my goodness.
It's more than one time, but go ahead.
It's not more than one time. So one time I was at work and this lady came in and I forgot what it was, but she came in and let's just say she said that she smelled chicken. Now I know it smelled like chicken because somebody was back there had microwaved some chicken. So I was just like, it smelled like chicken in here. I was like, nah. No, it don't.
I ain't gonna lie, that's petty gaslighting.
Yeah,
that's something I would do.
I mean, just for no reason.
Like, yeah.
That's just for no reason.
And she was just there. She was like, no, I smell like chicken. I was like, no, I don't smell it. So the whole time.
That's asshole gaslighting. That's what that was for real.
The whole time, she looking at you, she just, this like back and forth. So I'm like, so eventually I was like, actually it is chicken because somebody, she was like, I know I smell chicken. You had me thinking I ain't smell chicken. I was like, yeah, I know.
I mean, I did something like that at work one time. This one girl that I used to work with came in my store and she's like, wait, aren't you Jelon? I'm like, nah, like you got me confused with the wrong person. The whole time it's me. So she's like, oh, I'm sorry. She kept walking. I'm like, damn, I don't know why I just lied like that. I did that. I said, shit, we can gaslight ourselves sometimes too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Where your wallet at?
Yeah, I know somebody. What?
Where your wallet at?
upstairs.
I could
I
have
know
sworn you put
somebody-
it in your pocket.
Is upstairs. I know somebody personally that's gaslighting themselves for no particular apparent reason. But no, we're not gonna get into that.
What fuck are you talking about?
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I don't know, bro. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He lost.
He definitely lost.
I've
He
lost
lost.
it.
Shay knows what I'm talking about.
Shay, you know what you're talking about?
Mm-mm.
That's what I thought. See what I'm saying? That's how you keep shit clean. I don't know what you're talking about. You ain't
You
call
gotta-
me for nothing.
Yeah, I know.
That's too much work, bro. For what? That's too much work. That's too much work, bro.
But you do it, and
not
I mean,
about to do this shit.
Some people do it and don't even realize that they're doing
I
it.
think
That's a
they
fact.
know they do it.
It's funny when it's petty.
Yeah,
When,
because I do
when-
it to my coworkers all the time.
Now that's different. When you doing it to somebody,
Y'all dirty. See, I thought I was the only toxic one on the panel.
bro,
Dog.
no,
It's-
that's
it's-
not toxic.
That's
No.
not toxic.
Yeah,
bro.
it is. It's
No.
toxic
No,
behavior.
it's petty. Bro,
It's petty.
But it also could be toxic.
It's toxic
No.
behavior,
It can only
man.
be
No.
it can only be toxic
if
when
it's in a relationship.
when
It could be
you
in friendships too and family.
Yeah.
but they did it to their coworkers. That's
That's
petty.
petty. Yeah, that's just
But we
petty.
all laugh about it at the end of the day.
She
So
wasn't
that's
laughing
fine.
when I did it to her. She,
But-
she
Yeah.
confused.
Hey, I fuck with it, but that's too much work for me. I'm not about to do all that because now I got to keep going back. I don't really like talking to people like that. For
What if
I
you do
have
it
to
without
in my role.
oh yeah, huh?
What if you do it without knowing?
Okay, well I'm gonna say this. I don't think I do it. I'll say that because
I
you
just
never know.
said-
Yeah, you never know. You can do some stuff and not knowing you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's a fact. You're right. You know
Mhm.
what? You're right.
No, I purposely do mine.
Oh my god!
I don't.
Yeah.
So we not gonna talk about that. Can you comment on that?
You gotta comment.
That, you know,
I think they was talking about the love bombing thing.
huh?
That
The
comment.
comment.
They are talking about the love bomb. You can pull it up on the you can just click on it. It'll show it on the screen. I can't see that either. Anyways, but Mama Will says yes, the term is definitely being overused due to people not healing from past trauma.
Yeah, because some
Right.
people they not used to someone doing something nice, so
They're not.
They look
They're
at it as a
not.
problem.
They're not.
I don't think it's that. I think they just don't know how to handle it, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
That
they
too.
can take somebody doing something nice, like females. Guy give them rent money, car note. They could take it being nice,
What are you?
or a guy, or guys getting road, you know.
What?
Or I mean, I don't see too many females just out here breaking guys off bread like that. So,
Mm.
but it can go either way though. It is what it is. Right?
It is. There are people, and I've known a few at my job that are very manipulative. They try to get over on things. They try to make comments. They try to make situations to be more than what they really are.
Mhm.
Even for themselves, they'll try to manipulate the situation on themselves to try to make it seem like it's way more than what it is in order to gain sympathy from other people.
They just need attention. That's what that is.
and they need attention. So
Mhm.
you know, and this really kind of goes into the next question, because people that try to manipulate people, especially for self-benefit and selfishness, could present narcissistic traits.
Facts.
So my question to the panel is what do you consider is traits of narcissistic behaviors?
I mean, I guess you could say like, I could be wrong, but let's say you do something you know I don't like, and you know my reaction to it, and once I react to what you did, you get mad at me because of my reaction.
No, that's pretty much on point.
I've done that before.
Oh my goodness! I
There's
think
nothing-
you're
there's-
the only toxic person on this panel.
100%. Facts.
Look,
100%.
listen,
100%.
I have the reason why I have done it before.
You gonna give us a reason why you did? You
Yeah,
gonna give us
yeah,
a reason why you did
yeah,
toxic
Yeah.
for the third time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The reason why I've done it before is because somebody was saying something to me, and they expected me not to have a reaction, so I didn't have a reaction. They expected me to have a reaction, but I didn't have a reaction.
Mhm.
So then when I said something to them, then they had a reaction to mine, But then I was kind of like,
you're a narcissist. No, boy,
then I created this situation to get what I want out of the situation until I was done.
You a straight manipulator.
Yeah.
100%.
I never said I wasn't.
It's good.
You're very toxic, bro. You're just very toxic.
I never said that I wasn't.
It's good.
Hey, look, listen. I reside with my demons.
Oh
Okay,
my
Demons. I'm glad you said that. Demons.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I do these things.
This shit is too much work.
At least you self-aware.
What's the purpose?
Is it intentional? Sometimes yes.
No,
Other times
not
other
sometimes.
times, no.
Not sometimes. Not even sometimes.
Sometimes yes, other times no.
All the time,
But
yes.
this is too much work.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Not for a
is.
person that,
I'm
See
sorry.
what I'm saying?
not for a person that just naturally does it.
The host just using your host.
I mean, his name is very well Mr. Nice Guy. So when was you ever nice?
I
That's
was
my
about to
question.
say. I was about to say that. When was the nice guy there? I mean,
It was there.
I'm
It
a
was
very
there.
nice guy. I'm a very nice guy.
you just
Keyword was.
okay. All right. I mean,
And I said, am. I'm a very nice person.
Was.
A very
That's-
nice, loving
to
person.
me, for me,
For you.
that shit is too much work. I'm not about doing
It
that.
only seemed like too much work because you probably don't do it often.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
Or don't notice you do it.
Yeah, for a person
I don't do it.
that aware that they do it,
Okay, you know what?
it's not that
You know
much
what?
work for
I
them.
am wrong. I do manipulate. I do.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
What?
Go ahead, finish.
Damn. What was that?
Go.
I do manipulate. I was wrong. I just thought of some stuff. I do manipulate. I want to apologize to my wife because I manipulate her and give me pussy
I
all
knew
the
it.
time.
I knew that's where he was going.
now is that toxic?
So let me ask you this. So let me ask you ask you, Jeff. I'm gonna ask you this.
Uh-huh.
You got brothers, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. You know how each one of them react, right?
100%.
You know how to get under their skin, right?
Yeah.
And you know how to get what you want.
Mm,
You know how to get what you want. If you needed to get something from them, you know how to do it, right?
yeah.
Is that not manipulation?
Yeah. But I don't do that.
So you don't play them. So
I don't play them to get something. No. If I was I'm not gonna say play. If let's say my mother want to do something, she want to go out to dinner or something, I call my brothers, yo, this is what moms want to do. And they all got this little lame, yes, I know how to flip it to make them say yes. Yes, I know how to do that 100%. But I don't do it for my own benefit. No.
But you do it.
I do it to get something for my mother.
But you still do it.
but
that's not manipulation.
but what if your brother just wanted to go with you though?
What you mean?
If she just wanted to go to dinner with you,
All of us going.
but why she just can't go with you?
Because why? What the fuck? Why? What? Wait a minute.
You see what a benefit for me for you comes in.
No.
She
But
called
she
called
never-
you and asked you she wanted to go to dinner.
No, I said she called and be like, I want to go out to dinner. So I get all my brothers. She
Did
don't
she
say
say she want to go out with the family?
No. She
She
didn't
said
say
she want to go out to dinner. And
She
she
did- she
specifically
didn't-
said you.
No, she didn't say
Well, she was
specifically.
talking to you.
She called the oldest son because she always called the oldest son to get the younger ones in line to
But
go.
you assumed it was everybody.
No, I didn't assume anything.
So when she said it was
She
everybody.
said, I want to go out to dinner. I said, okay, no problem. I'm about to call everybody and let them know. She said, okay, we hung up.
But how you know she didn't mean you?
Because I said, I'm about to call everybody.
But
She
you
just agreed.
already calling everybody. She just gonna be like,
She
all
just
right.
agreed to it. To agree to it. Why fight it?
Why fight it? So it wasn't my fault. She said, okay. I said, okay, we hung up. I
And-
called
and-
everybody, said we going to dinner. And everybody was,
And in turn, you manipulate everybody else for your
no, I
self-benefit.
did not. I did not manipulate anyone. I did not manipulate anyone.
He's trying to gaslight you.
I know. I know. I feel the
I'm not
toxicity
gaslighting.
coming. I feel the
I'm
toxicity
not
burning over there.
I'm not gaslighting. I'm just
He can't
saying.
help it, bro. He just can't help it. But it's cool though. He always gaslighting. I'm the long lost cousin.
I am the long lost cousin.
See what I'm
No,
saying?
you're not.
I am.
You're
In
not.
his mind, he is. Let him
I
be the
am.
long lost cousin.
We're not going to go into that conversation because I got examples.
In his
I
circle,
come
say that.
with receipts.
And all them receipts is fake as hell. You got them motherfuckers off the internet.
Okay. Why do some people confuse emotional intensity or chaos with love?
Devin, look it up.
Why do most people confuse
emotional intensity? So sometimes you can meet somebody
I know
and
what
have
I know what it means.
okay,
I'm just trying to put it together.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because the heart wants to love. The heart wants to feel that great feeling.
Right.
So whatever they put in front of the eyes, they're not gonna believe because the heart wants that. Especially if it's a person that you've been with for a while.
True.
You know what I'm saying? If you could walk in and see them cheating, you might be hurt. You might go be like, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
3 months later, y'all back together because he didn't, boo-hooed and prayed, went to church, went to counseling, all that. I think it's mostly up to your heart, man. Any relationship, anything toxic, anything. Your eyes to see whatever. Your eyes to see him beating on you, everything, but your heart still want that person for some odd reason.
Your heart gonna fail.
That's true.
Your heart and your mind got to be on one page.
And I promise you, it's never that way.
Nope. It can be.
It cannot. Okay. You know what? It probably could, but I've never seen it be that way. Never. I've seen a woman walk away from a guy that cheated on her and said, I'm gonna stay away from him. She never was in a relationship with him again, but she still slept with him. So she still was going back. It just wasn't fully.
Yeah.
Her emotions and everything was still there for him. You still going back for sex. What's the purpose? You might as well stay with him.
That's true.
I can't stay with him because he a cheater. So he got multiple partners.
So now he cheating on you. He's not with cheating.
You. He's just getting his cake and eating it too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's. I don't think the heart and the mind could be on one page all the time.
No, not all the time. No.
Yeah. Oh, not all the time.
Not all the time.
Nah, I don't think so.
I know mine is.
I don't believe that.
What you mean? Why it can't be?
I don't believe that.
I do believe that when the heart wants what it wants, it ignores all logic.
Most definitely, 100%.
It ignores all logic,
and it's gonna tell you what to do.
It is, and it can make you do some profound things that you never thought that could happen.
Yeah, and if you try to overpower it with your mind to say no, I'm gonna stay here, it will make you feel the worst pain that you could ever feel. It's like it's tearing you up from inside out, and you don't know what to do with it. It feel like it's a hole here, and you can't feel nothing, but it hurt.
I tell you,
you know what I'm saying.
I know. I did a turnaround trip and was foolish. But felt the dumb. I never felt so dumb in my life. I
mean, that's what love makes you do.
Because when you take that leap and you just jump,
and then, but sometimes it might not even be love. It might be
higher risk, high reward.
That, or it could be you want something so bad to where you're willing to do whatever it takes to get what you want. Say like you want a family, a relationship, a marriage. You're willing to go all out for a woman that you can see yourself with, and she could be the total wrong one.
Yeah.
But what you see and what you feel,
facts. Now, let me ask you this: what role does self-worth play in attracting and maintaining healthy relationships?
What does self-worth?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big part. It's a huge part.
Well, a lot of people don't have self-worth. Like they going. I mean, if you're talking about, so do you feel like a person, in order to be in a healthy relationship, they got to have some level of self-worth about themselves and admiration, appreciation for themselves in order to have a healthy relationship? Because if they don't,
That's where the toxic and bullshit
they go in with trauma. They go in with baggage. They go in with all that stuff.
That's where all that toxic stuff come from.
And they can't maintain a relationship because they're not used to having a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So to speak. Or what they deemed was healthy was not really healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So they think toxic is healthy.
Yep. They think that's love. They think toxic is love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what real love is.
I agree with that.
So if you don't have no type of self-worth or self love.
I was about to say that. Love.
Yeah. If you don't have that, then how in the world can you love another person?
Yeah.
True.
Now you just infatuated with that person because they done showed you something different.
True.
Ain't no way you can love somebody and not love yourself. How? I don't understand that. It cannot happen.
Yeah, it always surprises me when people speak bad on themselves about what they can't do or that they're that they feel like they're stupid. Like they just talk really bad on themselves, and it's kind of like, you can't love yourself if you're talking bad about yourself. Like it's kind of like contradiction. Like you're like, yeah, I love myself, but I also think I'm stupid.
You're sitting there like, what? Wait a minute, hold on. I don't think you can be in any type of relation. I don't think you can raise kids if you don't love yourself for real.
True, because how can you love them kids?
Exactly. How can you show them kids love if you don't love yourself?
Do you bring up do you think a person could have so much love to give and not love themselves?
Yeah.
No,
because like if you got so much love to give, it's because you loving people the way you wish you were loved. Because some people don't love themselves because of how they was treated. Like if you was constantly put down by your parents growing up, that's what you're going to start to think that about yourself because that's all you heard as a child. So, but deep down, the kid in you is going to love people the way you wished you were by your parents.
I understand that logic. I understand that logic. But the reason why I said no is because you can't give something you never felt.
Or you never had.
Or you never had.
Or you was never shown.
Exactly.
You can give the idea of what you think it is.
But see,
your idea could be a whooping.
Yeah, your idea can be a whooping. Your idea could be starving them. Or your idea
love
can
is
be
getting up and fixing them breakfast. That's love.
Love.
That's bare minimum.
But I mean, that's still
that's a start.
That's a love for a child, though.
But if you don't love yourself, you're not gonna get up out that bed. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love yourself, why you gonna take your kid to school?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm doing good in life. You don't. Hey, how you ain't got no job. You catching the bus. You want that kid? You want that for your child?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be okay. You don't love yourself.
Right.
So if you don't, you can give a lot of pain because that's what you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can give too much love if you never had the love or felt love, or if you don't love yourself. There's no way you can give something you don't have, or you don't know how to feel.
What if they give out love that they see?
Yeah. But how do they know that's love?
Yeah, what you mean?
You can see a lot of things on social media. So you can see a lot of things, even if it's not the general idea or what love really is, you can still see the basis of it based off like how two people react and how they treat each other. So
now you're basically going off of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So now you're basically going off of something you see. So it's not a feeling no more. It's not. You're not giving anything. So now you're just acting out something you seen.
So
that's what they're doing. If they're looking at it off the internet, they're just reacting off what they seen. They're not feeling. They're not okay. Let's say you with your girl. They see it on the internet. You're supposed to take her out. You're supposed to open the doors up and everything. When a guy does this for a woman, he's feeling her. I feel like I should do this because I want to respect her. Mm-hmm. But if you don't know how to feel this and you just doing it, now you're just acting. You're not, there's no feeling into it. You see what I'm saying?
So to piggyback on that, your social media is the equivalent of TV and movies when we were growing up.
Yeah.
So when we seen like
Cosby Show,
the Cosby Show and stuff like, and a different world and everything like that. Like a different world kind of shows you what college life was going to look like with you know, a mixed group of people, black people and everything. And then you get to college, it's not really like that.
Nope.
You know, you look at the Winslows, you look at the Cosbys, and you think, oh, if I'm a doctor, life is going to look like this. I'm going to have this nice house.
My kids can be well respected.
Then you get out there and you realize life is not like that. You go look at these movies and you see what the happy ending looks like, and you see what love could possibly look like, and you got to fight for it. It's a struggle and everything. And then you get into real life, and then you realize that that story ends when the credits go off, because that's what it is. It's fantasy.
Yours don't end.
Yours don't end. So some people that grew up in my generation, they look at movies and they look at TV shows, and because we were kind of raised in front of the TV, so it's kind of looked at like, I mean, we did go outside, but we still had TV and movies, so it was kind of like, oh, that looks like the life, especially if you came from like a single parent household, that looks like the life, and you always kind of wanted that, but then when you got into the real world and you didn't realize the ups and downs of a relationship that you had to go through, because they didn't really show a lot of downs in movies. They didn't show a lot of downs in TV. They showed like a struggle, but then it was like a happy ending. Yep. And then that was it. And you like, man, I want my life to be just like that happy ending, that struggle love and that building.
It ain't nothing like it.
And you kind of seen that in black movies, that struggle love, arguing, fighting, like Baby Boy, which is a popular movie, but look how they struggled. Dude was cheating on her, had another baby on her, beat her, and then it ended up in the end, he's just righteous, straightforward guy. And then everybody think, oh, that's the life that I want to live. But I mean, think about it. That movie happened over the course of a week.
That's a fact.
It happened over the course of a week. So we you know, Jason's lyric, you know, looking at that type of stuff and thinking like, oh man, like I want that type of romance. I want that type of love, or like Poetic Justice, like, you know, road tripping with a girl that you ain't never met, and you know, you're instantly having some like animosity towards each other. Click, you know, and now all of a sudden it's how many times you rolled up and people like talking about something they want to go do the 2 by 3 cousin and a whole picnic and see if they can get away with it. Like,
ain't nobody getting away with that.
Ain't nobody
because everybody will turn around and look like, I don't know him. But that's what we had in our generation to portray like what black love is, because you didn't see it as often, but the way they portrayed it is the way we try to mimic it in real life. So for us, it was movies and TV. For y'all, it's social media. And so media is kind of like the biggest perpetrator of what happiness look like, because it's not true. No matter how you look at it, it's just not a true thing. Nope.
But we are at that pivotal point of the podcast, of the show, where we get to go ahead and give like our final ideas, final pieces, final thoughts and everything. So today, because Jalan is the new person here, just go ahead and sum up everything that we kind of talked about in your little final thought, and it's on you.
I mean, I thought we all came up with like some good points for every question. It's nice to have a civilized conversation, because like, you know, most podcasts is all negative and not trying to understand each other's point of view. So I feel like it was a good conversation.
That's what's up.
Cheyenne.
I learned something new about you. You're a very toxic person.
Did you really just learn that?
Yeah.
I'm not really
I don't
toxic.
see that side. You know what I'm saying?
I just be joking. I'm not really toxic.
No, I learned quite a bit tonight, just based off this topic alone. Like the whole love bombing thing. I really thought that was me, but I guess it's not. But yeah, I don't agree with the whole toxic thing. I feel like if you in a toxic situation, whether it's work, a relationship, anything, just let it go, cut it off at the root, and keep pushing forward. That's it.
That's a fact.
Jeff?
Let's see. Where should I start? If you toxic, get help. You need help. If you toxic, you can be a little petty, but if you toxic, you need help. In a relationship, it takes two people, and both of them people have to love their self in order to really show the other person that they love one another. Love is not easy. I'm sorry. Love is hard. Love is more work than when you do anything else. Love is a 24/7 7 days type thing. With the same person, not with different people, not with sleeping on somebody on the side. I'm talking about that one connection. And if it's toxic, there's no way you can live in a household where it's toxic and it's just two people being faithful and one trying to manipulate one and the other one gaslighting the other one. That's too much shit in one marriage or one relationship. Just take it back to simple, basic, get to knowing each other all over again. That's what me and my wife do. If I feel like we got problems, I try to look. We need to start over. We need to hit a reset button and start going out on dates again or doing something different. But if you're going through that, y'all need to take a step back, get help, therapy, get away from each other for a minute, and try to figure some stuff out. Figure your life out. Don't be toxic like this, motherfucker.
Not toxic, man. I'm a nice person.
Yeah, okay.
So, no.
Cue it up.
I'm not. No.
There we go.
Oh. We got jokes today.
Nice
That's my
one.
dog.
Nice one. I thought about that before the show.
We got jokes today.
That's my dog.
Let's see. I think that us as individuals, one, I think we need to really learn more about ourselves. And in that learning piece, we can learn to love ourselves. And I think that's what a lot of people aren't doing. And I think a lot of this, manipulation, narcissistic behaviors, I think this stuff is just learned behaviors from when we were kids. There is trauma there's trauma that people go through. And it either creates a narcissistic behavior, it creates a particular attachment that somebody has, like a dependency attachment that somebody got to have. It creates a really independent person that doesn't really need anybody, but uses people for their own advantage. There's a lot of different things that are out there that make people narcissistic, making them love bomb, have intense emotions because they've never been loved, they've never been desired. And then when they finally find somebody that do love them and desire them, they don't know how to handle it. And then when they try to put words to it, they can't put words to it, but then they mishandle it because now they're just overdoing it because they're just trying to keep that person in. But then I also think that some people use these words so they could just have people leave them alone. Why are you love bombing me? Why are you being so narcissistic? Why are you being sassy? Why are you being all these things? Because they want to justify why they can't handle a particular situation. You want to call somebody sassy because you can't handle criticism. You I don't know. Maybe your house started creaking. You start. Hold on, wait a minute. You can't handle the narcissism. You can't handle, you can't handle the criticism. You can't handle any of that stuff. So, just like, I was watching, Pop the Balloon yesterday, and what was interesting to me is that a guy came on there and he was the coolest guy, old school guy, real cool, was into the church, you know, and all the women popped on him. And he was like, you know what? You know, I bless and pray that you find somebody. I bless and pray that you find somebody. I bless and pray that you find somebody. He took all the criticism and left. That lets me know that he knows his self-worth and he's loved. Mm-hmm. You know, he didn't take it as a negative that they popped on him. Mm-hmm. He was just like, you know what? I hope that, I know I'm not for you, but I hope that you find somebody. I know I'm not. He did this across 7 women. I watched another one where everybody popped on him and the dude started to be combative and argue with every last woman on the show. Mm-hmm. All 10 of them just arguing because they like, well, unfortunately all the balloons was popped. No, that's fortunate for me that all the balloons was popped because, you know, they don't want none of me. And it's like, why does it take all of that energy? And then they're going to say that he's sassy and stuff like that. I just think that the person's being snappy, combative because they can't take rejection and criticism. Mm-hmm. You know, but that's something that has to be dealt with him on the inside. Why can't you take criticism? Where's your reflection at? What are you looking at that make you feel that you got to react to how people are reacting towards you? There's one guy didn't do that. He took it on the chin and said, you know what? I pray and bless that you find somebody. The other guy likes him. Well, I don't understand why you popping your balloon. You know, why? I don't understand. Like, you know, I'm this great guy. And, you know, and you get into, you know, this idea where he's probably hyping himself up like I'm just this great person and, you know, why can't I find somebody that's right for me? Mm-hmm. And maybe that's just not the energy that you're putting off. Yeah. You know, what you're putting out to the world is just not giving great guy great energy. It's giving stalker activities. It's giving a lot of activities outside of great. So, but with that, I wish everybody well. I hope that y'all, honestly, I hope that everybody can love themselves eventually at some point in time. You know, love can be a very, very great thing, and love can be a very damaging thing. And it's up to you to make the determination on what type of love that you want to have in your life, what type of love you want to present out to the world, what type of love that you want to receive. If you want to receive toxic love, you know, that's fine. You know, you can receive the toxic love. No, it's not. Don't if that's what you really want. No, it's not. It's but not if you want great love,
that is not fine.
It's very fine. I can't tell you what to do with your life. You know, you got to say that you fed up. If you want great love, then you're gonna go out there and you're gonna find great and prosperous love, and I bless that on you. You know, I put that upon you and everything. Right. But if you want toxic love, you know, hey,
call MMG.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it keeps in the interest and entertainment flow. But with that, we catch on the next go around. Thank you to our panel. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for all the fans, for the subscribers and the support. Right. We really do appreciate y'all. Peace.